Okay. I really thought she was going to go upstairs, but she's not. This is Gidget. She has to be the center of attention. Are you done? Can I put you down? Down. Go on. Get down. Khaleesi is resting over there in my stitching chair, which is her normal spot, unless she's on her princess pillow on the sofa here. Yeah, her leg situation has not gotten any better. Anyways, doggy disruptions. Just go lay down. Out of the way, hopefully. I am here to film a video about my stockings. I have made so many stockings over the years. I have not made a stocking in about 3 years? Maybe 2. My last stocking that I finished was the one for my niece, well, my nephew's wife, and I was doing Flosstube at that time. That was about 2 years ago, and that was the last stocking that I finished. I don't have any plans to do any more stockings, but I feel like maybe I should do another stocking. I don't have any stockings that are calling out to me. There's some very beautiful dimension stockings out there. I could be tempted to do 1 or 2 of them. It's just who is so deserving of something that takes so much time. So I do have a bunch of photos of stockings that I have made in the past and given away. A lot of them are technically given to my mother-in-law. This is what started the whole stocking thing. She used to have a big dinner on Christmas Eve, and it was always Chinese food because she worked until whatever time on Christmas Eve, would go to the Chinese food restaurant, bring home a big selection of Chinese food, and everybody would gather and we would hang our stockings for pictures because she was camera crazy. And so that's where I started to make the stockings. I first made a set for her and her husband, and then I made mine and Todd's, and then his 2 brothers and sister, and then their in-laws, and then the grandkids. Became a whole thing, and all of these stockings were for her to hang, but she fills them up and mails them off, and all those people think that their stockings belong to them, but they technically don't. So anyways, that's what got me onto the stockings, and I had most of their stockings, her stockings, done, and I wanted stockings for our house, for us. So I have those here. There are other stockings that I've made for my mother and her beau, and those are with her. And I've made stockings for the ornament exchange. I mentioned this exchange. Most of the ornaments that I do are stockings because that became what I did. So I guess without further ado, I should start showing you these stockings. I only have a couple here because, like I said, the rest are with their respective households, and I do have pictures of quite a few of them, and I will do a slideshow at the end. This one is from a magazine, and I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of repair work on it, but this is a Hardanger stocking, and it was from a needleworker magazine, which was a beautiful magazine, had lots of different types of embroidery in it. I don't think it's available anymore. And if I remember right, originally in theirs, their colorway was white and silver, but I could be wrong. So this is all with DMC on, I believe it's 28 count cream. It's off-white Lugana. I lined it with satin, and this is a stocking that I made just because. That's not exactly true. This one is one that I made for the person that my mother was dating, and he passed away. He struggled with depression, and so that was my way of trying to be cheerful, and yeah. So this is where the repair work needs to happen. In that corner, it's come frayed a little bit. I need to take my snag nut and try to work it back in. To be honest, it has been like that for a while. Let's see if I can see if it looks better like this. So this next one is another just because stocking, and this is a freebie from Lavender and Lace. I can't remember which year it is, and this is the third freebie that I've turned into a stocking. The first one was the one of baby Jesus. I think I have a picture of that in the slideshow. The next one is another cherub holding a baby. If you watch Kim and Sarah at Stitch and Stuff, Kim started this, not this one, but the other one in the slideshow, and she's at the point of beating it. Well, I know that I made that stocking, and I did it in red and gold because I liked that combination. Yeah, that's my colors. And so I did the conversion based on the Noel, the Christmas, Celtic Christmas. I used those colors for that particular stocking. It'll be in the slideshow. This is one of those freebies, and I did some, just freeform bands. Basically, I took the Celtic Christmas, little elements out of it, and charted my own joy. And really, my piece of fabric was not I was not going to make it into a stocking, but I did have a wide enough piece to make a toe, so my sister needed instructions on how to make a stocking, so I used this as a learning tool. One day when she came over, we made stockings. So that's the other just because stocking, and we use those for the dogs. We put, you know, dog, something we buy for the dog, put it in there, that's their Christmas present. These next ones are ones that are for me, my husband, and my 2 sons. And I stitched these 2 4 years ago. I started like 7 or 8 years ago and finished them 4 years ago, and they are big ones. And you may have seen some progress on these in my first year of Flosstube. This one is Long Winter's Nap by Donna Gelsinger, stitched on 18 count 2/2 full cross white Aida, which you can see a little bit. And I'm a sentimental fool. I kept things from when they were babies, and this fabric that I used on the back is mostly from a pair of pants that both of the boys have worn, not for their first Christmas, but for their second Christmas, possibly. But it was black velvet. I was making stockings at the time, and I knew I was keeping them for this. And so this bit here is from their pants, and this is just I think it was actually from a Halloween costume, because I'm thrifty like that. And the strap and the button are actually the actual suspender straps from their pants. So this is the one for the younger son, and this is for my oldest. And he is stitched, this one is stitched on 28 count 2/2. This is Donna Gelsinger, Heaven and Earth Designs. They're both Heaven and Earth, if I didn't say that. And this one, I can't really remember the name. Sorry, Forest Wonderland, Winter Wonderland. I'm sure it's still on the website. So, and this one is stitched on 28 count, and the other one is stitched on 14 count, or 18 count. And the reason for that is because I wanted them to be the same size. But you would think, being it's Heaven and Earth and they're Donna Gelsinger, that they would have been charted in the same dimensions, but they weren't. This one was a lot bigger, stitch count wise, than this one. But with some clever calculations, conversions, they are almost identical in size. And I did not remove any stitching. I believe I was talking about Khaleesi and her leg. Yeah, she's not supposed to be jumping on stuff, and she's jumping on stuff. So, 2 more. This one is my stocking, and this one is Celtic Christmas by Lavender and Lace. This is stitched on 28 count 2/2 with the call for colors, because those are beautiful colors. Why not? Originally, the pattern for Celtic Christmas, she is facing the other way. I put it in the scanner and reversed it, did a mirror image of it, because I wanted this toe to be a certain way in this direction, because my husband's stocking is this shape. So that might, if you had any questions, that's why. And those are the letters and bands that I was talking about that I took liberty with and made another stocking. Lots of gold thread and beads. And this is the first stocking that I made for our household. And this is from 2 magazines, Cross Stitch, Stitcher's World, from quite a while ago. I don't actually have the pattern anymore because I sent it off to Leah, the aviatrix stitcher, and she is going to stitch portions of it. It's a very big pattern. This is stitched on 18 count, maybe 16 count Ada, with the called for fabrics, called for threads, which were a bit of a pain in the butt. This is the first time and the only time that I have worked with rayon thread. I don't even think they make it anymore because it was not a delight to work with. I am sorry, I cannot remember the name of the pattern. But it's a big stocking. Some of the stitching is done in pearl cotton as well. All of the blue and the golds are done in rayon. The white in the tree here is done with pearl cotton to give it extra thickness. There is Whisper in his beard and in parts of the bears and in the bunny rabbit. And there is, now this may have been my addition, there is Krynic in the Snow. Krynic blending filament 032, which honestly is something that I did do a lot of additions on my cross stitch. Whenever there was snow, I tended to add 032 Krynic blending filament. All of these are finished with some kind of velvet on the back, whether it be from a Halloween costume or some that I actually purchased for stocking finishing. These ones all have satin lining. Yeah. Not all of my stockings have satin lining because I didn't have, or I used what I had most of the time. So it's my husband's. Mine. My youngest. My oldest. And 2 for the puppies. And when you look at the size difference, so that was a lot, and I am going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, I am ready to go eat supper now. So until next time, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope to see you before the New Year, but you know how it can be. And I will insert pictures of any other stockings that I have made in the past at the end as a slideshow. So I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Bye.